My name is Bethany. Hi, Bethany. We didn't meet yesterday, did we?
We did.
Okay, good.
This is Laura.
Okay, thank you. Listen, that's also the coolest prank of going to cons, is when people multiple cosplay on different days.
Yeah, I had to be a song.
As soon as you said your name, I was like, wait a minute, I know you. Yeah, you looked great. And very different from how you do now. And again, healthier. Okay, yeah.
Well, I have a weird request. Could you say I'm the avatar and you gotta deal with it?
Yes.
Yeah, it's not that weird of a request. I'm always happy to do it because I did not get to say it on the show. That was Dee Bradley Baker's adorable daughter, whose name happens to be Cora. And she's an amazing voice actress. Like the stuff that she came in and did, anybody, including me, who was around, we were just like, okay, she's got the gene, because she's already better than any of us in this room. And it's just like coming to her. But anyway, the point, Bethany, is I'm the avatar and you gotta deal with it! You hear the other wonderful girl who drew me? Anyway, I have two different iterations that were drawn to me, given to me at my signing, of the hummingbird otter that we discussed when someone asked me about an ideal animal mashup for my own self. I'm very excited about it. I'm very smug about it. Like, I almost want to call Mike and Brian and say, I thought of a really good one, you guys. But artist. And I do. I mean, it's so wonderful. Even including the otters holding hands, the otter hummingbirds holding hands when they sleep, just like otters do. Like people who died on the Titanic. Oh boy. So I do love Pablo, but I think, I'm in a cold climate right now, surrounded by snow. It is impossible not to say Naga. I love a little guy who can sit on your shoulder, but on a day like this, you kind of just want to be able to climb on the back of something that's also your best friend. So, not to say you can't do that with your best friends right here and now. It might not have the same impact. But yeah, so today the answer is Naga. I don't know if it is every day, but it's pretty consistently Naga. I do love her, and I do have a dog that kind of looks like Naga. For those of you who saw me cosplaying my character for a Kickstarter video, in a video that will never go away. Who else has a question? Come on.
Hi, Janet.
Hi, what's your name?
Maddie.
Oh yeah, of course. Hey, Maddie. You look great.
Thank you. My question is that I was just thinking about, if you were stuck on an island with all of the villains from the Korra-verse, you had to pick one to partner with, at least.
Oh, great question. Number one, I am a family survivor, so I enjoy any you're stuck on an island with a bunch of people you have to beat. Second of all, God, that's great. With all of them.
Yeah.
Interesting. I mean, I'm to the point now where I don't even consider Zuko bad. So it's like kind of, I sort of lean into, but I also love Kuvira. But I'm gonna say Kuvira. Because she was the person that I think Korra felt the most kinship towards in the most confusing way at the most difficult point of her own journey. So I think that like, to me, she has still more to learn and Kuvira from her. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And it's almost like they both could have turned out to be each other if circumstances had been different, So that's a really great question. How about you?
Either of the Bloodbending brothers, one of them.
Yeah, freaky. I guess keep your enemies closer. That's a good one for that.
What always got me with bloodletting just in general is just the sound effects that they use.
Oh, it's awful.
Every time.
It's awful. It's awful. And Andrea Romano did such a good job of super creeping us out immediately, our video director, just kind of describing, because at first, this is a new thing, so we were like, for us on the show, we were like, tell us about what this feels like. And she's like, I just want you to feel like every part of your body hurts. Like the way people feel when they've gotten bit by a black widow. Like you feel like you can't move your muscles on your own and everything's kind of contracting and it's very painful. And we were like, oh, got it, stop talking.
It'd be kind of terrifying if Korra ever learned bloodbending. I think that would probably be the most terrifying ability of all time.
No kidding. It makes you wonder, would she use that responsibly? Would she choose not to use it? Or would she, with her temper, be like...
Well, especially how in the original, when when Katara was taught how to blood bend, unfortunately, by one of the creepiest villains in the original.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, uh-oh, I don't think we even want good people to have this power. Yeah. Well, good, keep them close. You better hope you don't get in a fight with that guy, though. Fair enough.
I was just wondering if you're excited or what your thoughts are about the upcoming Legend of Korra comics.
I'm super excited. Yeah, I'm so glad they're doing it because their artwork is so gorgeous, and I just don't worry about the storytelling. You know, it's been proven 1,000% over. So I know it's going to be really, really great.
And Mike's writing it himself. So
Yeah.
You know it's going to be extra good.
Oh yeah, he's not messing around.
It's just going to be. I think it's just going to be interesting to see since it's supposed to pick up right where book 4 left.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I have like zero knowledge of what's going to happen. I really don't know. Yeah, and he didn't. When he was planning on doing it the last time I saw him. Now I guess I've seen him once. We did a signing together, but we didn't really have time to talk about it. And like I said, he probably won't tell me anything anyway. In fact, I'm certain he didn't tell me anything. Yeah, so I'll be cracking him open with everybody else. In fact, I didn't even find out that there were comics until like them being announced happened while I was at a con. And someone in the audience, like it just happened right as the panel was getting started. And so someone asked me how I felt about it, or did you know, or they just announced, and I was like, you're telling me? And then I got a text from like 5 minutes later. It was like, hey, just so you know, in case it comes up, I don't know if you're bothered. You're too late per usual. Yeah. Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
This season was pretty much like self-contained and publicly. How do you feel about it, like expanding into pretty much the rest of the world?
Oh, I love it. Yeah, I mean, I would love to see what Bright would do with anything like that. Getting to see anything like that where there's more world building that happens. I'm in. I just want to see whatever version they have of anything. I'm so excited about. Do you feel the same way?
Oh yeah.
Do you have places that you would love to kind of have them reimagine, or see them explore, or see them visit?
I definitely love to see more of the Fire Nation.
Yeah, right? That would be awesome. Spend some time in the Fire Nation, forget it, love it.
Just to see like how it evolves.
Sure. We gotta make some calls. Thank you, that's great.
Hi. This is not really related to anything. I was just wondering, when you do conventions like this, I know this location is kind of special because they have the indoor water park, but I know these are work for you, but did you get to relax and enjoy your time here?
Well, first of all, thank you for asking that. That's a very considerate question.
I always wonder, it's like work, but do you get to relax?
No, I mean, I think I could work in a way that wouldn't involve coming to cons if I didn't want to come, But some of them are more difficult than others. Now, this one has been very hard because I'm in the middle of this huge comedy festival that we just announced this 200 show lineup with all these celebrities on it, and tickets go on sale today at 10 a.m. Pacific time. So I have not really done anything except just go back to my room and work. I haven't visited the water park. I didn't bring a bathing suit. In fairness, I didn't even realize that I thought I was going to Madison. So I didn't realize that I was coming to an Africa-themed water park. Because all those water parks in Africa. That's what I was puzzling over when I was walking into the panel this morning, and I went to the bathroom, and as I was passing, there was like the bronze, like baby zebras and like an elephant or whatever, and I just was like, despite myself, I've become fascinated with why they made it this theme. Shout out to Kalahari. Like the skywalk, has like, I was telling Miranda, my liaison, that it has like just, you guys have walked the skywalk probably if you've been over to the Sands building. It's like, it sort of looks like a junior high school project. Like, here's some beaded purses, and like, here's a crude drawing of a camel, or like, you know what I'm saying? And like a fact that's like written in like sloppy painted cursive. It's like, elephants are big. It's just like, I'm confused by it in a way. And so now, despite myself, I have this like, thirst for knowledge about the history of Kalahari and why they were like, we should go safari. Is it okay if I say this to other people, or is this sort of just for me to know? And they had mentioned it before, and I wasn't sure if they were talking about it publicly, but they did say at the book signing that they had a sense of it in season 1, but they just didn't know where it was going to go. And also, they had made kind of a decision towards the end of the first season, I think, to just pull out of the relationship stuff as the kind of action got more and more heated and like the stakes kind of rose. It wasn't that they didn't care about that stuff, but they were like, and I'm speaking specifically about Cora. I should, obviously there was some cool stuff that happened with the other characters, but that he was like, she's gonna get to a point where like she can't even focus on this. And what was cool about that was that it also gave the opportunity for that kind of thing to come into focus without it just being like a constant sort of soap opera, you know what I mean? Which was nice, I thought too. Yeah, I know there were some people who were disappointed that that stuff wasn't explored more in the previous seasons, but yeah, so they did have it. It was definitely a consideration, and I think they, also didn't know if Nickelodeon was going to go for it, which is, I'm glad that they were able to get as far as they did, and I think we're only, I hope we're only a short distance away from gay relationships being as common on children's shows as any other relationship, because there's absolutely no reason they shouldn't be. It's just it's a weird thing to even, you know what I mean? Like, it's just weird even now to be like, wow, how crazy. Like, it just, so.
It's weird how Cartoon Network is kind of pushing those boundaries more than Nickelodeon is right now.
Yeah, well, Cartoon Network has historically kind of had that, like, we can also exist for adults in a way that Nickelodeon has never had. So, but I think it would be great to get there as fast as possible. Yeah, great question. Thank you.